Let's talk about the new Tyler, the Creator single, Noid. Hi, I'm NickolasNameolas. My biggest video is a minute-long breakdown to the beat of Like That. Got over 1 million views on Instagram, so I'm making more music breakdown stuff. My dad was a DJ. I got a good ear for samples. Also, I'm about to start talking about the song Noid, but this video encompasses a ton of the visuals from the whole Chromacopia rollout, so enjoy it. This video is brought to you courtesy of the NickolasNameolas Patreon. If you cannot become a patron or a member, or you can't make a donation, I would appreciate it if you'd share or like or subscribe or comment or do all of those things. If you're on YouTube, hit the notification bell if you like my stuff and want updates. I'm a guy with a long road ahead of him, so every little bit helps. Thanks. I think what Tyler did with the production on this song is loaded word incoming, important. This track samples the Zambian psych rock band Ngozi Family song Niza Kupanga Ngozi, the opening track on their 1977 album 45,000 Volts. Look at that album cover. They're all standing outside of a transformer in platform shoes, getting shocked by red lightning bolts. It demands that you listen to it. And the music sounds like the cover art. Ngozi Family were part of a brief musical movement called Zamrock, inspired by psychedelic rock bands like Jimi Hendrix and Cream, as well as Afrobeat music like Fela Kuti and Hugh Masekela. Zamrock was born out of Zambia's independence from the United Kingdom, but phased out from economic strife within and political strife from neighboring countries. And ultimately, the AIDS epidemic, which would claim many of the lives of the original Zamrock scene, including Ngozi Family leader Paul Ngozi, whose vocals are sampled in this Tyler single. The sample is important to me personally, but I also believe it's important for the culture at large. Zamrock has only been very recently made accessible to many of us due to efforts to restore and redistribute these recordings. And by using this sample, Tyler will hopefully generate more interest in Zamrock. I really hope that it will inspire other producers to sample Zamrock acts like Witch and Ricky Alonga and Amanaz, and that could help not only keep the music alive, but spread it to more people. And I also like the way that Tyler has woven the more elegant musicianship of his original composition over the very hard and aggressive sample from this Ngozi Family song. I remember when Tyler was first promoting Flower Boy and saying that the unofficial title was Scumfuck Flower Boy. Those words came to mind again when I heard this beat. I do believe that the fact that Tyler incorporated Zamrock into the beat is officially important. So saith me. Let's get on to the themes. The song is called Noid, short for paranoid. Noided is a slang term I'm not sure about the origin of, but it was popularized by the experimental hip-hop group Death Grips. So I'm gonna go with Northern California.
I'm from Northern California, a cold scratch hammer.
Yeah, and I'm so mid-Michigan that I still have no idea what that means. It's in the hook of their song I Seen Footage.
I seen footage. I seen footage.
Here, Tyler is using the concept to expand on the paranoia that comes with fame. Coming up in the world, don't trust nobody, gotta look over your shoulder constantly. Which is maybe not the most relatable topic to the common person on the surface, but the information age has created an increased paranoia, an increased need for privacy. 23andMe is going out of business, but every other YouTuber aside from myself seems to have a VPN sponsorship. Public gatherings in the United States are all tinged with the possibility of a tragedy occurring. And there's also just the general paranoia over what the proverbial they are going to try next, whether it's to the world or to you specifically. The song reflects that somewhat and speaks to the current moment as well. Also, I don't think you're allowed to be black and make a statement on paranoia without recreating this iconic shot of Malcolm X at the window. Alright, let's fire up my art degree and talk about the visuals. The mask. I guess it's kind of like a Jason mask because it has a strap on the back, it has the eye holes, it has the shape of the Jason mask, but it seems to have been molded to resemble Tyler's face, so there's this notion of presenting a false self. To me, it recalls Daft Punk's art house film Electroma, where at one point, Thomas and Guimond wear caricatures of their real faces over giant robot heads. The hair makes me think of Rwandan Amasunzu hairstyles. This is a traditional Rwandan hairstyle that men wore to kind of peacock in as bachelors. Similar to what I said about the beat earlier. The hairstyles have an elaborate elegance to them, but they're also punk as fuck. It's like a hardness and a softness, similar to the Ngozi family meeting the Tyler production. But also, it's hard not to notice the two peaks in the hair and the name of the song being Noid and not think of the Domino's pizza mascot, the Noid, with the bunny ears from the 80s who ruins pizzas. Alright, I started out just joking about the Noid, but watching the other promo vids, the Noid is completely on brand for Chromacopia. This Saint Chroma character that Tyler is doing is a saboteur, just like the Noid. It shouldn't work, but it absolutely does. Or maybe it's like a David Lynch thing, like Eraserhead or Twin Peaks. There are literal Twin Peaks on his... You get it. It's got a very German expressionist vibe to it, and that artistic movement was a key influence on David Lynch as well. I mean, even the mirror is weird shaped. That's a German expressionist-ass mirror. But judging by the album art, the hair is supposed to resemble devil horns. Here's my real big swing with the hair. Heihachi Mishima, primary antagonist of Namco's Tekken fighting game series. Heihachi is a billionaire CEO and the commander of the largest private military on Earth. His son and his grandson can turn into devil monsters, and even though Heihachi can't do that, he's even more evil than both of them combined. Which is maybe why his hair still naturally grows into the shape of devil horns. I'm getting a strong Heihachi vibe from the Saint Chroma character that Tyler is portraying here. We already know that Tyler likes PlayStation.
Press the next out, triangle your nose, pause your life if you squares, try to mess with my old.
Not only does Heihachi have the hair, especially young Heihachi, he's also got Chroma's whole ruthless, scheming, villainous dictator thing. The main inspiration for Tyler's villain arc is most obviously the late great MF Doom, who Tyler is an outspoken fan of, and who in turn was inspired by Dr. Doom, the supervillain from Marvel's Fantastic Four comics. Dr. Doom is the dictator of a fictional European country called Latveria. Like Chroma, he wears green, and like Chroma, he wears a mask. I kind of feel like Saint Chroma is the Marvel Comics version of an African dictator, like the Dr. Doom of Wakanda. Dr. Doom and MF Doom had Doom bots. Decoys dressed as them to impersonate them while they got away with other stuff. MF Doom would send fake versions of himself out to perform when venues didn't pay him enough money. In this Saint Chroma video, we can clearly see a Saint Chroma leading his men into a shipping container, following them inside, and then getting blown up by the real Saint Chroma. Wearing a mask makes new levels of villainy possible. However, something very different from the usual supervillain shenanigans are afoot in the Chroma promotional videos. The army that Saint Chroma commands is purposefully being led to their own demise. Saint Chroma does not want soldiers. Soldiers are interchangeable and obedient. Saint Chroma wants color. So whenever he does something subversive or destructive, those colors pop for a moment. Chromacopia is a play on chroma key, the process of compositing images via green screen, hence the green theme being used for the album. Chroma is also the name of a character from Norton Juster's novel The Phantom Tollbooth. Chroma conducts the sunrise and the sunset. The main character, Milo, is supposed to wake him up in time to conduct the sunrise, but instead, Milo tries it himself and he messes up. Chroma isn't a villain, but Milo is afraid of what Chroma will do when he finds out. But when he finds out, he's not mad. Similarly, Saint Chroma spared Lil Yachty and them from the exploding cargo jet. He wants you to experiment. You're only punished for not doing so. The tour video also has this Dark Knight Joker vibe with the crazy walk Saint Chroma does here, and of course the delayed detonator. Less obviously, we've got a guy wearing a mask that references himself taking out his own men, just like the opening scene of The Dark Knight. And let's make one more supervillain illusion here, Kanye West, specifically My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Some fans have noticed the similarity between some of these running and driving shots from Noid and similar shots from Runaway. I want to highlight these black suits that St. Chroma's co-conspirators are wearing. When Kanye was making My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, he and his collaborators were on a strict regimen and they all wore black suits. It was called the Rosewood Movement, and it was all about doing the right things with the opportunities you're given. Sure wish he'd kept that up. Anyway, it's nice to see Tyler seemingly make a callback to that time here. The uniform is interesting too. The tie is pink, not only a contrasting color to green, but also the color used for Tyler's album Igor. Then there's the jacket. It doesn't have the short tails you normally see on military coats. It's cut at the waist. I'd have asked my fashion friend about the possible idea behind this look. Shouts out to M, but I didn't think to in time. And I'm pretty sure this is the cover to Kendrick's Mr. Morale. A moment that seems to be standing out a lot to people in the video is when actress Ayo Edebiri runs at the camera with this crazed expression while it cuts between her holding a phone and holding a gun. This made me think of Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, where the paparazzi's cameras are animated to look like guns. Moonwalker also has a video for Leave Me Alone, which literally becomes part of the coda at the end of this song.
Leave me alone, what you want? Leave me alone.
The single sleeve kind of looks like David Bowie's Heroes, with the weird hand pose and the black and white and the spotlight. Also, I really love the part of the video where Tyler and his shadow are doing different things. I just think it's a super cool visual, especially with the crane shot. Tyler can't trust his shadow or his reflection. I'm not a Tyler superfan or anything. If you know this channel, you know I just like dissecting stuff. I heard the Zamrock sample and I got really excited. I wrote this immediately. In 2021, my life fell apart and I found this music. And the first time I put on 45,000 volts and heard that opening track, I felt excited about something for the first time in a while. This music really activated me in a way that's difficult to explain, but I think I have to try. This is rock and roll music made by Africans. Rock and roll was something created by the African diaspora in the United States that Tyler and I are a part of, and that made it all the way back to Africans who also had been colonized and got reinterpreted through their own cultural lens. A lot of American black people just feel a vague, intangible longing for Africa as a concept, so to hear an African version of this music that I'm very familiar with makes me feel more connected to it. And because it's heavy rock music being played by black people, and because a lot of that music is favored by more countercultural groups of black people who might feel a little more socially alienated by their peers because of their interests. Finding music like this can make you feel less alone. So if you know what I'm talking about, if you've felt this or something like it, let me know how I did at this part. Describing feelings and trying to explain why you feel the way you do about something can be really difficult sometimes. I do not plan on reviewing the entire album. Time of recording, it's a Thursday night. Album comes out on Monday. I just dug this single and I had all these thoughts and I started watching reactions and suddenly realized if I didn't say anything, it was gonna go unsaid. And the artists who make this stuff, they're not gonna break down every reference and allusion they make. They want to keep the mystery alive. They want you to use your imagination. They want you to have your own interpretations of these things. But I have eyes and ears for a lot of this stuff that other people don't have. And I'm going to be the only guy equipped to spot some of these inspirations. I don't expect to see a lot of media covering this album to be talking about Daft Punk's Electroma or Rwandan hairstyles, even though they should. I might get a few comments saying that I'm reaching on some of this. Maybe I am, but at the end of the day, art is created with purpose. All artists steal, and one of the best ways to steal as an artist is to take so many things from so many places that it's impossible to clock it all, but I do enjoy trying to clock it all. Anyway, trolls don't matter. This part is for the fans. I love you. Thank you for giving me a shot. I don't have a ton to look forward to life-wise right now, but Damn, I do enjoy making these videos, and I have that going for me, so thank you. I wanted to review the Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack for Halloween, but not only is chasing trends very much part of the gig at this point, maybe I will review Chromacopia on Patreon. I've done a couple of reviews there already, and I plan to do more. I want to thank my $10 patrons: Bill, Bramblefish, Dina Cardi, Leo, Yudmila Panina, Mike B, Muchu Media, Sunshine, Turn to Page X, and Michael. I want to thank YouTube members, Ranger Monique, Bite Size, and Istopia. You want a shout out, become a $10 patron or YouTube channel member at any tier. Because I've only got 3 YouTube members right now. Love you members, love you patrons. I'd make a fucking sick creative director. So I'm just trying to get to the point where people who actually care about this stuff can tell the difference in between me and a regular ass person's opinion and know the deal as soon as they see my name. Olis.
I want you to bring me the cash. I said I want you to bring me the cash. I want you to bring me the cash. 1 time, 2 times for that ass. I want you to bring me